Welcome to Old Folks Racing Summer Season Round 6, the Zack Speed for Capri. Group 5 is our car this week, and what a feisty car this is, especially in the incredible Monza Historic Combined circuit, qualifying for race 1, that's round 11. Diogo Silva and Kev Allen on the front row, with Simon Allen and Scott Davely on the second, Jumbo and the returning Mike Langley on the third. Let's see, because this start should be interesting, because this car is very tricky to start without drama, but the old folks have done a great job here and everyone seems to be on their best behavior. Let's not talk too early. There's a little bit of contact there between Diogo Almeida also returning and Frankie. Otherwise, this looked like the start for a formation lap. It was so clean. We haven't seen such a clean start in Old Folks Racing in a while. Of course, we do not have a very good trackside view in this track, so we are mostly following cars in the chase camera, and at the moment we are following Diogo Silva that has actually dropped from pole position to third place. The Allens are dominating the show, with Kev leading Simon and Diogo Silva right behind on board in the chase camera with Simon Allen. He is trying to get the lead of this race. We are still in lap 1. Of course, this is a very long circuit, so we only have 8 laps here today. And look at this, how close can these guys run? Absolutely, they could see the stickers. Oh, look at that, Diogo Silva trying to make it 3 wide, didn't quite work, had to get out of it and save it to fight another day as they approach now the Curva Grande. Can he go through the middle? No, not quite. And what a spectacular view here. Diogo Silva observing the Allens. Ooh, there's contact between the Allens. The Allens have messed it up, and this was Simon trying to overtake Kev, or Kev trying to overtake Simon. Couldn't quite figure out, but it was definitely Simon trying to overtake Kev, because Kev is now back into 5th place. Disaster for the Allens here on the opening lap. Totally self-inflicted, and Diogo Silva has capitalized. He's on the lead again after a poor start that has put him in third. Now there's a very lively battle there. Here is Diogo Almeida trying to attack Mike Langley at the exit of Les Motus. We are still on the opening lap, would you believe it? This is the oval plus the classic circuit, now through the Ascari, nowadays chicane, but of course it was a flat out corner back in the day. And Diogo Almeida, no, this is Jumbo now, I'm sorry, the camera has moved to Jumbo. Jumbo is trying to overtake Scott Davely. Yes, that's done. Oh, Jumbo has not. Oh, disaster. I couldn't even figure out what has happened here, but it's a massive carnage, and Jumbo, I think, may have forgotten to brake for this corner. He has hit several cars. Let's just try to identify everyone that has been involved in this. Is this the replay? Yes, it is the replay. Cars flying all over. The fact that Jumbo was lagging may have contributed to this incident, and this has pretty much affected everyone. So I'm not entirely sure how many positions were lost, because everyone seems to be in this accident except for Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva wasn't in this accident. Jumbo has jumped into 2nd place according to the leaderboard. We await confirmation of this, because we did see Jumbo running wide in the Parabolica, the last corner. We are trying to see. Frankie is up to 3rd, so he has avoided the carnage. Scott Davely is in 4th, Stuart Brand in 5th, Kev Allen is, and someone has, Jumbo has disconnected now. Jumbo has disconnected. The battles continue, but well, we had a serious incident here at the end of the first lap. I think Jumbo disconnected. He was, I think, the trigger of this pile-up that seems to have affected most drivers, certainly not Frankie, that is up into 2nd place. This is Stuart Brand going on Scott Davely now for 3rd place. No, let's try to understand. Diogo Almeida seems to have been affected, and so was Kev Allen. Well, actually, I mean, pretty much everyone was in this. So let's. Well, Diogo Silva has built a massive, absolutely massive lead now of 12 seconds at the end of lap 2. We're not even at the end of lap 2. So something very, very strange indeed. A pile-up involving most of the field. Frankie has survived it, but is now under attack from Stuart Brandon. Look at this. Stuart is now running wide. And oh, here comes Scott Navely, and somehow they... Oh! And Kev Allen has been caught on it. Kev Allen has been caught in another accident at Kruger Grand. A disastrous first couple of laps for Kev Allen. He was involved in a collision with Simon Allen, then involved in the massive pile-up, and now again trying to avoid Scott and Stewart. Ended up in the grass as well at Kruger Grand. I believe that's what happened. We lost track of what has happened to Simon Allen. Simon was in second by the time of the pile-up. Now is sitting fifth. He has lost a little bit of track position. And certainly lost the ability to potentially challenge for the lead, because it's the end of lap 2 now, and Diogo Silva is 12 seconds ahead of everyone. So a very, very strange race indeed here, as we expected with this combo. This is a very feisty car, also quite difficult to evaluate the braking distances in some of the corners, especially the first chicane, which is quite... well, it's one of the most dubious constructions in motorsports. I'm not even sure this has existed in reality, this chicane. But look at that, the car set to slow down very early indeed, and if you run wide, you are absolutely toast. Kev Allen, there's a collision there again, but Kev Allen this time at least manages to get a few positions. Cars are parked. It seems like a parking lot there. Seems like the local pizzeria parking lot. Here is Simon Allen. Simon Allen again was caught in this. He had a collision, I believe, with Frankie, if I'm not mistaken. And Jumbo has disconnected. He's now going to heaven to confess his sins. He's a good guy. And we continue now to watch the battle for second place. That's the battle between Stuart Brandon and Scott Navely. They have been at it since the beginning, and certainly since the pile-up. They're trying to draft from one another. These are two fairly intelligent drivers, so they will not waste time with one another. And will try to at least reduce the gap to leader Diogo Silva. We're still on lap 3. We aren't even at the midpoint of this race. We're still very, very far from it. And we already had so much action. Kev Allen is now in fourth. He has had a lively couple of laps, but certainly been the beneficiary of this latest incident between Simon Allen and a few other drivers, the parking lot incident. We are here with Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor, we haven't seen much of Dale. And Mike Landry, we haven't seen much of him either. They are sitting 8th and 9th. And they are at the back of the field today, but not very far from the midfield. Here is Diogo Almeida. Diogo has started at the back and has been climbing as well as he can now in the second Lesbo on the outside. That's a good move. Will it work? Yes, it will. That was a good move from Diogo Almeida, now into 5th place. So that's a good recovery race from Diogo. He started at the back. He was of course caught in the middle of that pile-up, and now is having a very good performance over the last lap at least to go into 5th. Simon Allen has dropped to 7th, so let's see where Simon Allen can get to. He's our championship leader. He has finished 1st or 2nd in every race he has started, so that's going to be quite a challenge today, because he is, let me see, he's 15 seconds away from 2nd place. And 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds, 29 seconds to be more precise, from the leader. Let's see where Simon Allen can get to. Certainly it looks like a challenging race for Simon. Dale Taylor is in 9th. Mike Langley has opened a few car lengths, so now at least he can breathe a little bit. Diogo Almeida actually now not that far from Kev Allen. Diogo Almeida doing a very nice recovery race indeed. Kev Allen in 4th. This is the leader. He is now 15 seconds away in lap 4, now getting to the midpoint of this race. No, this is not the Parabolica. It looks like it's a banked version that leads to the start-finish line, but actually it's like a parallel, it's like a dual carriageway we have here in Monza. There you can see the pits, but that's not the start-finish line. The start-finish line is the lane next to it. Unfortunately, they cannot just change lanes, otherwise there would be some massive shortcuts in this circuit that could actually make the racing quite fun. They should put a version of the track without the divider in Project Cars 2. I think it would be very, very popular indeed. And here is the battle for second place now. Stuart Brand is still ahead of Scott Lavery, and Stuart seems to be able to maintain the position. Look at this, look at how the cars just lean in there in Curva Grande. These Ford Capris, of course, a very, very feisty version of the Ford Capri. Very, very popular 1970s, 1980s car. Raced at the 24 Hours of Spa and other very, very important races. And so far, I have to say, we haven't seen a lot of the feistiness. I mean, these cars just take off. I mean, the turbo lag is absolutely brilliant. You know, if you are in first or second gear, the car can just get away from you. But the old folks so far seem to have it under control. This beast. Of course, we've seen a few incidents, but they mostly are racing incidents, more connected with the braking distances, I believe, more so than the feistiness of the car. Look at this now, these two drivers intelligently braking early for the parabolic and then power through. This is tricky because the car moves away from you. You can see that, but nice car control from both drivers, and they are now a little bit closer to the leader. So Diogo Silva, something must have happened to him. He had 15 seconds just a while ago. Now it's 12.7 seconds. We are already in lap 5. Now Simon Allen, we've seen what happened with him, and he's now trying to recover as many positions as he can, starting with Frankie that is in 6th place. He's I think he's slightly faster. Look at that, and very, very, very close there to making a move in the first chicane. Not quite. You can see that there is absolutely no space there, and I believe these may have been how the parking lot incident actually happened. Someone trying to outbrake another driver into the first chicane. But I think now he's got the draft and should be able to make a clean move. Let's see. He's certainly going for the outside in the oval. Not quite possible there. He doesn't have enough speed to go to make a clean move. Frankie now intelligently staying on the inside. Now running side by side in the oval is possible in the corners, but it is somewhat challenging, as we are about to find out. Simon Allen taking the high side and Frankie taking the low side. And actually, oh, and it was too low. Ended up losing it. I think he was trying to make space for both drivers. Ended up in the grass and spun into the barriers. Now coming back into the track, but in 9th place. That was Dale Taylor going through. And here are the two synchronized swimming partners, Scott Lavery and Stuart Brand. Scott maybe waiting for the last few laps of the race, but hopefully he won't run out of time to make a move. Stuart doing a very good job indeed now in the first lesson, but that's not the ideal line for Scott, so he loses a few car lengths over there in the second lesson. Does a better job, better exit there as well, controls the car. Here's the leader, Diogo Silva, now on lap 5. Let's keep an eye on the gap to second place. It has gone up a little bit now again, 14.9 seconds. Diogo seems to be under control for his third victory of the season. And what an eventful race this has been. He has started from pole, lost a couple of places at the start, then was the main beneficiary of that very light touch of the Allens in Curva Grande on the first lap. Here is Caval, and you can see that his Ford Capri looks a little bit distorted, and the glass in his window certainly looks like it has had better days. Fortunately, of course, no damage in the Old Fox Racing PlayStation, and he's able to stick to fourth. Diogo Almeida was a bit closer to Kev, at least visually. The gap is now 4 seconds approximately. And of course, 4 seconds you do. And here comes Diogo Almeida now, almost bowling. Looks like he's in the bowling alley. That was a little bit of a late breaking point there, taking out some of those haystacks. Unfortunately, they are not harder than that and certainly do not damage your car, but I believe that they were also left in the middle of the track, so I wonder if this is going to affect other drivers. Simon Allen now actually... Simon Allen has lost a position to Mike Langley. He has lost a position because he was in 7th. He has overtaken Frankie with that incident in the oval. But Mike Langley has actually gone ahead of him now into 6th place. We haven't seen what has happened, but we now see that Simon is in the grass again, and that's not the ideal line through the oval. Certainly slows it down a little bit. But Simon actually now is in visual contact with P5 because something also has happened to Diogo Almeida. He has lost time. Diogo Almeida has lost time. He's now 8 seconds, I'm sorry. Almost 9 seconds behind Kev Allen. So we might have a nice battle here brewing for 5th place. Who are these? No, this is a synchronized swimming duo. The Capri number 1 and Capri number 2 of Scott Lively and Stuart Brandon. Scott really seems to be leaving the best for the end. Certainly he needs to make a move now if he wants to have a go at 2nd place. Negotiating the exit of the Lesmo now into the Ascari corner. Absolutely flat out even with this car, and a good place to make a move then, a run into the Parabolica, but nice line there for Stuart Brand and also for Scott Lively, and Scott does not seem to be yet in a full drafting position because he is not able to at least go side by side. Now braking for the Parabolica, this is a tricky braking point for the reasons that you can visually see with your eyes, and here is Simon Allen now on Mike Langley. Simon Allen is going to show us, maybe he's going to show us how to make a run in the Parabolic, and now going side by side with Mike. This is side by side into the Parabolic, and this is the action that we wanted to see, and Simon Allen makes the move and manages to brake in time. Yes, he does. Nice move there by Simon Allen up into 6th place. Can he get into 5th? He is not far behind. Well, he is far behind. He's 7 seconds away. Kev Allen in 4th place. No one is near him. He's almost 4 seconds from 3rd. And I think the two drivers here are working intelligently, because if they were battling closely with one another, surely Kev Allen would be recovering ground and maybe would challenge for 2nd place. But now Scott seems to finally be in the drafting zone of Stuart Brand. Can you make a move now at the exit of the oval? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem he's close enough, but maybe if he's got a better exit, he can do it. Let's see. Here is Mike Langley, still behind Simon Allen. I apologize for mixing up the Allens. Diogo Silva is now on lap 7, 14 seconds ahead. Only a couple of laps to go here, and Diogo seems to be on track for another victory. But look at that, Simon Allen has actually now put himself under pressure from Mike again. So Simon not able to clear Mike. On the contrary, Mike Langley is coming back at him. And look at this, of course, these cars with no setup change are definitely hitting the rev top. So clearly you could get a lot more top speed out of these cars with the proper setup. And now look at this, Mike Langley is lost a little bit of time there through Curva Grande. Only a couple of laps to go. Diogo Silva must be close to entering his final lap. Here he comes into the Parabolica, entering his last lap of the race. Exit of the Parabolica, no problem. Beautiful sounding for engine, never thought. Oh, and something has happened to Diogo Silva. Something has happened to Diogo Silva. He is stuck. He is not moving. Diogo Silva, your leader at the entry of the last lap. He is disconnected. He is disconnected. Disaster for the leader. Diogo Silva also going to heaven. but he has no sins to confess. He's going to be given a fast track because he's done such a good job in this race. This is such a disappointment for leader Diogo Silva, and this is absolutely, my God, I do not have words for this. The leader has disconnected at the start of the last lap, and guess what? The battle that we've seen for second place is now a battle for the lead of the race, and these are two drivers that have never won in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. Look at this, Scott Navely. He's been close before. He's been very close. He won a special event in the off-season, but he's never actually won a race. And now look at this. He's now behind Stuart Brand, and Stuart, of course, trying to secure his first victory as well. This is incredible. This is an absolutely unexpected ending of this race. Of course, now here comes... well, no, look at this. Simon Allen has overtaken Diogo Almeida for what is now 4th place. And Mike Langley has put himself into a top 5 position now, and they're going side by side into the oval. Yes, nicely done by Mike Langley. Ooh, almost contact there, and it doesn't seem to be over. Look at that. This is the shot from the onboard, and they touch, and then there's contact and disaster. Contact and disaster for both drivers. Can they keep the positions? Mike Langley is out ahead in 5th place. Diogo Almeida is in 6th. Where is Dale Taylor? Dale is approaching the scene quickly, but now we want to see the battle for the lead. Only a few more corners to go. Stuart Brand makes a small mistake at the Lesmo. Can Scott capitalize? Stuart is fighting for his life there, fighting for his first victory, and now Scott has only one more chance, which is a run into the parabolic. Can he do it? He needs to be in the draft of Stuart. This is going to go to the last corner of the last lap, and that's how all Fox Racing PlayStation races should be. Stuart makes a good exit out of the Ascari, and now it's just desperation for Scott Navely, and this does not seem to be close enough. But will Stuart Brand make any sort of mistake? He seems to brake early for the parabolic. He holds the lead through the parabolic, and is going to have the checkered flag waiting for him. And what a race this has been. Stuart Brand is going to win his first race in Old Fox Racing. Only a few meters to go, and he takes the checkered flag. What a race this was. Absolutely brilliant race from Stuart. And Scott has to be happy with 2nd place. Cav Allen finishes in 3rd. Simon Allen is going to recover to 4th in the end. That was a potential bad day for him, but at least mitigated by a good result. Mike Langley, nice return to Old Fox Racing PS4 as he is... Oh, and someone is on the wall there. Someone is on the wall. That is Diogo Almeida, I believe. That is Diogo Almeida, because Dale Taylor is going to finish 6th. Dale Taylor also with a strong final few laps. Diogo Almeida still coming at him, and now they're going to go side by side into the line. Look at this. Who's going to be? I think it's Dale. I think it is Dale Taylor in 6th place, unless he's got the penalty. So we'll have to wait for the official results. Frankie was 8th, and Diogo Silva and Jambo are, of course, non-finishers. Let's see the confirmation there. Yes, Dale Taylor is in 6th place, but what a victory for Stuart Brand. Congratulations, and see you in race 2.